Hello students, today we are going to start our second semester's first poetry, and that is a song of life, and this poem is written by H.W. Longfellow. So this is the first part of this poem, therefore we are going to learn the little information given about the poet and poetry we are going to learn in this part. So open your book, page number 73. On this page number, poet's information. Now listen carefully. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, it means H.W. Longfellow, 1807-1882. So H.W. Longfellow was born in 1807 and he was died in 1882. Was one of the America's best loved and most popular poet, and H.W. Longfellow was American poet and he was very loved and very popular American poet. His most famous works include the song of Hiawatha, Paul Revere Ride and Evangeline. So here is given information about the best writing of H.W. Longfellow. So that is the song of Hiawatha, Paul Revere Ride and Evangeline. Longfellow traveled all over Europe before beginning his career as a college professor. So, before being a writer or poet, Longfellow was a professor in the college, and before joining there as a professor in that college, before that, he traveled all over the Europe, all the countries of Europe. His lyric poetry, lyric it means, first of all, what is the meaning of song? Song it means sacred or holy song, and lyric it means a short poem of song-like quality. Poetry is reminiscent. Reminiscent it means reminding one of English romantic poetry. So his lyric poetry is reminiscent of English romantic poetry. So whatever Longfellow writes in the poetical form, his poetry were always lyrical poetry. It means that poem you can sing as a song also. And those poetry remember us about the English romantic poetries and other traditional European style. And there are other European traditional ancient time styles of writing poetry, that is also we can remind after reading Longfellow's poem. And often presented stories of mythology and legends. Mythology it means stories of God traditional story. So particularly he present stories about mythology. It means ancient story about gods and goddesses, and legendary story. It means traditional story he present in his poetical form. The popular appeal. Appeal, it means attraction. Appeal, it means attraction. The popular appeal of Longfellow's poetry is mainly due to the natural grace. Grace, it means attraction or beauty. Grace and beauty of his verse. Verse, it means poem. So, the popular attraction of Longfellow's poetry is mainly due to the natural grace, natural attraction, natural beauty of his poems, of his verses. He also becomes, and also because of the simple theme. And his poetical themes are always very simple for the common people. The spirit of joy, optimism, optimism it means hopefulness, and faith. Faith, it means trust. In the goodness of life, that is so characteristic. Characteristic, it means typical quality of his poetry. So, spirit of joy, it means the inner joy of our heart. Optimism, it means hopefulness that something good will happen in future, and faith, trust in the goodness that something good will happen in life. These kind of simple things he used in his poetry. The following poem is characteristic of his style, and the following poem which we are going to learn in the second part of that poem also the typical quality which Longfellow used, that we can see in this poem. So students, in this way this part ends here. We are going to stop here. Have a good day to all of you.